Something that I've noticed being an astrologer is that the houses that you have the nodes in, the north node and the south node, come in pairs. So what's on one side is on the other side. So for example, if you have the north node in the first house, then you'll have the south node in the seventh house. If you have the south node in the second house, you have the north node in the eighth house, and so on and so forth. But people who have the nodes in the first seventh house axis have to find balance between themselves and other people, because the first house is you, the seventh house is other people in the way that you handle your relationships in general. And for example, if you are somebody who has the north node in the first house, you might have to learn to take on less of other people's problems. You might have to learn to put yourself first, or to prioritize yourself, or to put more energy into yourself personally in this lifetime than others. Versus for somebody, for example, let's say you have the south node in the first house, you might have to be more selfless. You might have to be more humble. You might have to be somebody who has to learn to rely on other people, or to connect with other people. Or maybe you're reserved. Maybe you don't feel like you fit in. Maybe you have to find people that are more inclined or are better suited for you. But regardless, if you have the north node in the first house, then you have to learn to put yourself first. And then if you have the north node in the seventh house, then you might have to learn to prioritize other people, and realize that generally in life, everything is not just about you. And of course, there are other like delineations that I can give for the north node on, the nodes on the first seventh house axis. But that is something particularly that I notice. Like anytime I do a reading and I see somebody who has the north node in the first house, oh, you don't take care of yourself, or you prioritize everybody else. Versus again, if I see somebody who has the north node in the seventh house, I could think like, you're probably selfish, or there might be something that might be off a little bit between you and other people. So do you have the nodes on the first seventh house axis? Does this resonate with you? Let me know what you think. moonruledmommy.com to book a birth chart reading, and follow me for more astrology content.